All right. Checking in with you guys. Let me pull my mic over here. We're about to get this party started. I know you guys been waiting for this one. Guys, welcome to the live video. Today, I will be showing you guys how I apply for a $200,000 grant. I just want to walk you guys through it A through Z. I've been saying this all year. This is the year right now, as you're watching this video. This is like the absolute best year to start looking and applying for grants. Right now, I am talking to my people who are in the health and wellness industry. Now, please hear me out. Before we get too deep into the weeds of the context, and I'm going to show you guys what the grant looks like. I'm going to give you guys the link to the grant in my description, okay? So you have a link to the grant so you guys can go and apply today. But I want you to come at this grant with an open mind. Even if this does not apply to your business, let's say you have a completely different industry. You're like, Joe, I'm in the food industry. I do unclaimed funds. I do this, that, housekeeping. Doesn't matter, okay? Because the principles that I'm going to teach you guys in this video right here, it will carry to any other grant, okay? Now, let's say that you almost fit the description of this grant, but maybe you don't check off all the boxes that the grant maker is looking for. You can still apply. And let me explain. Let's say, for example, let's use me. Let's use me for an example. I just applied for a grant. The total amount that I applied for is $4.8 million. And it looks like I might get that grant this year. So, and what the grant is pretty unique. They pay you they pay you $1.6 million a year for the next 3 years, with the option to extend for another 2 years. So potentially it could be more than $4.8 million, right? So it's a pretty large grant, but I did not check all the boxes. My business checked off maybe 1 out of like 10 boxes. So what did I do? I basically did a joint venture with another company that checked all the boxes. Does that make sense? Type in the number 1 if I'm making sense to you guys. I did a joint venture. That's when 2 completely different companies come together, and basically I brought value to the table and they brought value to the table, and we're like, let's make this work. They did not want to write for the grant. It was massive. I wrote a 33-page grant. It was hard. Okay. But I did, other than just writing a grant, my company brought some value to it, right? We checked off 1 box. The other company, they checked off all the other boxes. So they brought a lot of value too. So we both came together and said, hey, what do you want out of this if I get this grant? What would you want? They explained what they wanted. We didn't even talk about how much the money was for. We just said, how much would you like? They told me what they like. I know what I would like. We both came to agreement. Okay, perfect. So if we win this grant, this is how we're going to share the money. But we both have a common purpose, meaning we're both going to service what the grant says we're supposed to service. We're just 2 different companies coming together as one. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm seeing people typing in the number 1. So, okay. So I'm not losing everybody. So this is a $200,000 grant. So like I just said, you guys might not check all the boxes, but I promise you, if you watch this video to the very end, not only will you see how I apply for the grant, how I can possibly win this grant. I'm not going to submit today because I'm doing this for demonstration for you guys. I'll get to this grant later. But if you're in the health and wellness industry, this will specifically apply to you, but the principles will apply to anybody. All right. So if you guys are ready, let me go ahead and jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to go over how to apply for a $200,000 grant. This right here is called Run the Block application. Okay. So they're gearing towards runners. They're gearing towards people who are in the running industry. And again, you might say, oh, well, Joe, I'm a gym owner, or Joe, I'm just a personal trainer. Listen, if you're a gym owner, maybe you might open up like a portion of your gym to sell shoes. I don't know. Maybe you might be an entrepreneur where you might open it up, and whatever, get it going. Or you might do a joint venture with somebody who might run it, but you want to be a part of it and get some of that money. So this right here is geared towards people who are in that industry, right? So let me just show you how I apply for a $200,000 grant. First things first, you want to read what the stipulations are, okay? So right here, it says $200,000, right? And it's open to new retail running stores in the US. And you're probably thinking, man, Joe, but I'm not even started. I don't even have a store yet. I just have an idea. Don't worry, because they also mention in their context that we recognize that applicants may not have the full plan for the retail store yet or check all the boxes for the requirements listed in the application. That's okay with an exclamation mark. All right. The RIDC is committed to providing the grant recipient with the necessary resources. This will include a network of running industry and retail professionals. So, what they're saying is if you have an idea and you want to do this, you want this grant, you want to open up a store, not only will they give you money, but they'll also give you the resources so you know how to open up the right way. And they're probably going to teach you where to find a store. They're probably going to teach you how to find locations. They just want to know, are you motivated? Are you in your community? Are you doing anything? Like they really want to make this a community type of grant. Now, right here, he said, we're not only excited to hear your ideas, but to see them come to life in your application materials. Don't worry about high-end production value. We're more interested in the originality and thoughtfulness behind your concept. Let your submission reflect your unique approach and passion. Now, this is what I teach. Some of you guys got my course. A lot of you guys bought my course. So thank you for supporting me and buying my course. But I teach this in my course. You don't have to be the most crafty person when it comes to writing for a grant. Okay. You don't have to know everything. You have to show your passion on paper. Okay. Passion on paper. Like, say it with me. Passion on paper. If you can feel someone's vibe and get excited based off of their writing, like I get excited just reading this grant application. I mean, they're using exclamation marks. They're saying like, yo, we want to know what you want to do. Be creative. Just let your creative fluids flow. That's all they're saying right here. So I think that's freaking awesome. So right here it says the applications will begin March 11th. So they've already started until May 15, 2024. Okay. So it doesn't matter if you guys are watching this video right now in real time and you guys are able to apply now, or you missed the deadline. Doesn't matter. Like, again, I'm going to show you guys how to apply for a grant. Okay. This is what I teach. You guys are getting some free game from me today. You guys are going to learn how to do this. All right. Because I want you guys to win. I want you guys to get it. And I opened up my brand new grant mentorship program. And this is the stuff we talk about every week. Every week, come on there. I go live with my team. I'm like, hey, look, guys, let's talk about how to get creative. And we exchange knowledge, because there's not one person that knows everything. I promise you that. I don't care if the grant writer's been around for 30 years. They don't know everything. And sometimes it takes great creative minds to put some input to help you craft an awesome grant proposal. Okay. So right here, basic stuff, your first and last name, what describes your gender. You pick whatever gender you are. How do you identify racially? Now you pick how you identify. Now over here, this is for BIPOC. So that's Black, Indigenous, and people of color. But again, if that doesn't fit your description, if you're like, Joe, I'm not Black, Indigenous, or people of color, well, don't worry about that. Go find someone who is. Go find someone who is at least 51% owner of their business. Make that joint venture happen. Make sure they're willing to do something too. Don't just partner with someone that's just because they happen to be Black, okay, or whatever. Just partner with someone who's like creative and motivated and dedicated, and that you trust them. That's big, because this is money that you don't have to pay back. With that comes a lot of responsibility. You want a responsible person that you partner with any grant, okay? So right here, again, it talks about this right here. And then it talks about like anyone can apply with their store having at least 51% Black ownership. Okay. So find anyone, find somebody. All right. Just like I said, joint venture that if you don't check all the boxes. So coming down here, putting your basic name. If you don't have a store name, just put a name that, I would definitely say you got time right now. I would say go online and go get the name and stuff like that taken care of now. Just so you're legit, right? I would definitely have a website. I would definitely like get things going so they see that you're not just like sitting at home and like, oh, I want $200,000. No, like put some work in it, right? You got to put a little sweat equity. And when I usually sometimes I do private coaching. Sometimes I tell people you got to get grant ready. You don't want to just apply for things just because it sounds good, just because you need money. No, get grant ready. Have your IRS documents filed. File with your state, with your city. Get your city business license. It's like $50 to $100, depending on where you live. Get these things. Be grant ready, because you don't want to scramble and like have like 2 days on the deadline and you can't even apply for the grant. So it's really, really important for you guys to understand being grant ready is everything. Okay, so. By the way, let me know in the comments if you have a business name, or if this is something you're thinking about considering. Like, leave it in the comments. I'm curious to know what your business name is. If you don't have one, if you're thinking about one, if you want to share it, by all means, please share it. All right, so you can put your stuff here, your mailing address. If you have a business mailing address, great. If you have your home address, that's cool too. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Ownership right here. Will your full ownership team meet this requirement? All right. So right here it just says the criteria aims to increase access to financial support, mentorship towards business substantially owned and controlled by Black individuals, addressing historical barriers to access to capital. And then, of course, you want to say, yeah, we'll fulfill the requirement, which is up top. Okay, so it says location. The store must be physical, located within the United States. Sometimes I get people from the UK, Canada, Australia. I get people from South Africa sometimes. I get people from all around the world that hit me up and they ask about grants. I don't know about every country. I just know about the US. All right. And that's all I can really, share experience with. So yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to mark that. And it says financial reporting. Grant recipient must provide an annual profit and loss statement for the initial 3 years of receiving an award. All right. Additionally, they must share quarterly sales reports, with their assigned mentoring team, prior knowledge of how to prepare. All right. So click yes, I'm willing. Even if you don't have 3 years, click yes, I'm willing to share this. It's okay. I've won grants where I didn't meet the time. Like I had like a brand new business. I only been like around for less than a year. I didn't have any annual profit and losses. I can show you what I have right now. And if you have zero, just say, hey, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting off the ground. A lot of times, if no one else's story impacts them like your story, they'll make that the exception. I promise you that. All right. Not everybody is a perfect fit. So anyways, if selected finalists, you are prepared to share a list of 3 people, non-family, who can vouch for your ability to establish and open a retail store. Yes. Okay. Yes. And if you don't have those 3 people, then that means you need to go get grant ready. You need to get your business right. You need to go make connections with people so they know, then trust that, if you use them a reference, they can definitely vouch for you. Okay. Operational readiness, right? Banking. Yes, you need to have a bank. Make sure you guys have that. Store opening. The grant recipient will be able to establish and open the store by summer 2025. Guys, you got time. They're basically saying you don't have to have a store. Maybe, by next year, summer, you got a whole year to take this $200,000 and figure it out. All right. That's all they're saying. Okay. And here's a clever thing too, because I got access to capital. I needed a lot of money for an investment my wife and I were making. We had to put our capital, we had to put it in a business bank account. It was like $120,000, but we were asking for way more. So we put that down there, basically just showing like, hey, we got money, we got access to money is what we did. And then once we got approved, you can move that money out of there. You don't have to keep your money in there forever, but you just need to show like, hey, show of force. Like, look, I got some money here. So, but that goes back to building relationships, talking to your business accountant, your banking representative, and just like say, hey, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. Is this going to work? And they'll let you know, yes or no. Anyways, staffing. Upon opening, the retail store must be staffed with at least 1 full-time employee. This employee can be the owner or hired staff. Please confirm you're willing to comply. Of course, as a business owner, you are an employee of your business. I don't know if you guys even knew that. I don't know if you knew that you are an employee of your business. Like, okay, the business is an entity of itself. It has its own quote unquote, social security number, even though they call it a tax EIN. It has its own identity outside of you. So you are not the business and the business is not you. All right. You're the mastermind, you're the visionary, but you are not the business. All right. So anyways, moving on. Retail concept pitch. Okay. Now this is important. I'm going to go and highlight this. I'm going to show you guys why. So they want you basically to create a pitch deck. Has anyone watching this video, has any of you created a pitch deck? If you had, let me know in the comments. If you had not, and you want me to explain how to make an effective pitch deck, let me know in the comments if you want me to go there. If you don't want me to go there, we don't got to go there. We can go there on another video, another day. But basically, they're asking for your pitch deck, and you're going to browse, and you're going to put that in there. So now here's where the magic happens. And this is where I'm going to show you guys how to apply for a 6-figure grant or higher. And this is so, so important, you guys. I mean, yes, I write, I put all my ideas down. I use AI to help me make it better. And I use like different sources of AI. I don't just use Chat GPT. I used to when that was the only big player on the ground. Now there's like multiple different, resources you guys can use, to help you guys apply for grants. But never, never, never use AI by itself. Why? Because AI uses these keywords where people know and can detect you're using AI, and they're going to look at you like you put no effort into it. So that's number one. I use AI to help me make it better, but I don't use AI to write it for me. That's just crazy talk, right? So anyways, this one says like your description, provide a brief overview of your retail concept. What is unique about your store? All right. So what I do is I get a Google Doc and then I put it right here. I just basically copy and paste it. And then all I do is I type a little summary right here. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys, because I know like my video is probably like not as easy to see. Okay, so here's a summary right here. And all I put is I'm applying for a grant for minority business owners. This is unique, to shoe store concept. This is fake, guys. This is not real. This is just me. I just jotted this down. But this is what I put. The goal of the store is to influence the community to get out and walk. All right. They want to know like what makes you unique. You guys, it doesn't have to be nothing special. You don't have to have like a rocket launcher outside your freaking store. Like, hey, the concept is, hey, we're very involved in the community. We do challenges. We connect with the gyms and schools. We do walkathons, fundraisers. The people who are attracted to us are people who like to do events. They like to go out and walk. They like to be in groups and community things. You want to build a community around your store. Okay. So now all I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this right here. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is, here is the first question. I'm going to feed this to my AI, right? So I'm going to feed it to my AI, but you guys can see what I wrote here. I'm just putting like, I'm applying for this, blah, blah, blah. And now what we're going to do is we're going to let AI beef this up and make it look better, and then of course I talk about like your target-based customer. And then when we talk about that, think about people who are underserved. It doesn't have to be someone's specific race or gender. It can just be like, look, this community over here, they don't get a lot of attention. They don't get a lot of support, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So right here, I'm just going to paste what AI came up with. I just want you guys to see like what AI came up with, right? And now this one says right here, I'm just going to delete that. We don't need that. It says our proposed retail store. They even gave me a name, guys. I didn't even create this name. They gave me a name. Stride Forward is designed not just as a place to buy shoes, but as a hub for community health and engagement. At its core, Stride Forward is an initiative to inspire and empower individuals of all ages, especially the youth, to embrace a more active lifestyle. You guys, let me know in a comment right there. All you can do, just type in the number one if you guys think that's pretty fire right there. If you think that even sounds better than what I just originally told you guys. Right there, it took my idea of helping people, the youth, to get out there and walk, high schools, right? It just basically took my idea and it really articulated what I wanted more. So you can see right here. Now, this right here, what you guys see, this underscore, this is called Grammarly. A lot of you guys probably heard about it if you went to school. And it's correcting the AI, right? It's basically saying, hey, I don't like the way AI worded this, right? So basically, AI said, what sets Stride Forward apart is, and now the Grammarly is saying, our commitment to community impact through innovation, programming, and partnerships sets Stride Forward apart. So it just kind of reworded it. You can choose to change it or keep what you have, right? But they want you to feel, like, man, like I'm connected with this person. We plan to host monthly challenges with a purpose, which are community walkathons, runs to raise funds for local schools. This event not only will promote physical activity, but will also strengthen community bonds and support educational initiatives. You guys see where I'm going right there? Like I'm telling you guys right now, like AI makes it better. So all I'm doing now, I'm just fine tuning. Maybe AI might say something that I don't like. So I might fine tune and kind of change some of the wording around a little bit, because sometimes they'll say like, they gave me a name. Maybe Stride Forward is not my name. Or maybe they say like, hey, all ages, but maybe I only care about the youth. So I might delete some of this stuff, but it's using words like inspire, empower. But these are words that's also used on, like the run the block, like they're trying to make it look like we're a perfect fit. That's what they're doing right there. See, and this is where I think a lot of times people like they watch a couple of YouTube videos and they get some ideas and they think, oh yeah, I can write grants now. And then they write for like, they do 10, 15 grants and they get zero. And then they feel bad about themselves because like, man, grants are impossible. But I'm like, no, like you had no direction. It's hard to get mentorship and direction through a video. You need to like get in a community. Like there's so many groups out there. There's so many community. I got a community. I got a free community on Facebook where you can go and ask questions and talk to a bunch of different people on approaches and share your work and see what people think. That will help your grant get beefed up, get solid, get fortified so you can start winning these grants. But what really struck a key with me is that they want to be inspired. They're just excited to hear our ideas, see it come to life on our application. They want me to excite them with my writing style. Okay. So that's the big thing right there. And then of course I wrote the next one. It says, I'm just going to do one more for you guys. If you guys are okay with it, I'll do one more. Okay. So now it says target customer base. Who are your potential customers? Describe their demographics and interest and why your store will appeal to them. How are you already connected with them? Right. So I put something just a little less lengthy because maybe you guys don't know what to write. Maybe you got writer's block. You're like, dude, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Well, again, look, you guys see, here's my answer, which is very, very vague. It says an underserved community and families that need to be more active. Okay, that's dull, whatever. All right, our potential customers are youth, such as athletes and runners, and active parents. It will be a shoe shopping experience for the whole family and a community built around our mission to get out and move, right? Okay, so that sounds like something that a runner would say, like, like runner stores or whatever. So all I do, you guys see what I wrote right there? Now do it again for this. So now I'm going to let my AI generate the next one. All right. So right here again, you guys see I only wrote like, 2 sentences or whatnot. So now we can just go ahead. We can just delete this one right here. I'm gonna cut that, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy over what AI produced for me because I only did 2 sentences. Okay. So AI right now, it's almost done. It's still writing and it's now done. So now I'm going to copy this over so you guys can see like what AI came up with. I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think about this right here. So you guys saw 2 sentences. AI is not a brain. It cannot think for you, right? So let's bring this down to its own little page. So it says our target customer base at Stride Forward is primarily located with underserved communities where access to affordable and high quality athletic wear is limited. We specifically aim to engage the youth, including student athletes and young runners, as well as active parents looking to foster a culture of health within their families. Guys, if that's not fire, if that doesn't speak to you, let's say you're the one with the $200,000 and you're trying to give it to a worthy person. Does this not already sound better than what I put? Does this not already sound like, oh man, that's freaking amazing, Joe? Joe, what are you doing over there? Like, how are you doing this? The demographics, of our target audience include a wide range from middle school to adults in their 40s and 50s, predominantly from families with a median income below the national average. So basically, again, it's really highlighting the underserved communities. Usually communities where you don't make a lot of money, they're not served well. They don't have much. We like to make jokes and say, oh, the ghetto, oh, the hood. Well, guess what? The hood is usually forgotten about. The hood is usually not taken care about because they don't make enough money. That's the problem. And if I'm going to uplift these people and help them live healthier lifestyles and teach them about health and wellness, guys, this is it right here. And again, it doesn't matter if you don't check all the boxes to be eligible. If you network and you know someone you can do a joint venture with, you can say, hey, I know where to find these grants. I'm part of Joe Green's program. He gives me grants all the time. I can apply for grants all day, every day. And you check off the boxes for a lot of grants that I'm trying to get. Let's team up. Let's go get this money and let's go make a difference in our community. That's all I'm saying. Yes, it's not that hard. So like I'm gonna take this down for a second. So that right there, really quick, all I just want to show you guys, like this is just one of like thousands upon thousands of grants that are out there. There's grants that are not even advertised. You can't really Google grants that are out there. Sometimes you just need to know where to look. And if you're looking to learn and you're real serious, you're serious about getting your business grant ready. You're not just trying to chase dollars. You're trying to really make an impact on your community. You're trying to actually like make a difference and do good things with these grants. I really, really want to send an invite to you guys, like join my community. I mean, I have free groups where you guys can ask questions. I got my private tribe where I mentor people like, weekly, and we get together and we go over grant stuff. I drop dimes in there for them. I drop links for them to like consider for grants that might be, applicable to their businesses. There's a lot of things that's going on, and you will always get the same result if you keep doing the same thing, you guys. It's all about just taking the time to put some quality work out there and apply. I made a comment last year, 2023. I said, guys, 2024 is my year to get my first 7-figure grant. Right now, I'm on the cusp of getting a multiple 7-figure grant, right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen for me, but it's because I'm applying. It's not because I'm so great. It's not because my business checks all the boxes. I haven't been in business forever. My business that's going to get this grant is only 6 months old. Okay, I had to go find somebody that's been in the game a little longer than me, to team up with me to make this happen. So I'm saying that I'm sharing my testimony with you guys, and I'm claiming it as it's already mine, right? I'm all about manifesting stuff, and it's going to happen. But I'm saying this because I don't want you all to feel discouraged because your business is new, your business might be failing, or you don't know what you want to do for a business. I want to inspire you guys to go out there and make it happen. It could be possible. You can make it happen. So what I did in the description, I put the link to that grant. So if you guys want to go and apply, I put the link to it. Please click it. I'm not associated with them. I get no kickbacks from them. It's just me just sharing value with you all. By all means, go do it. I put together a brand new free masterclass for people who are looking to start applying for grants. And I kind of break down the steps of getting your business grant ready. I share my story on how I got my first $10,000, $50,000, and $100,000 grants. I share that within the webinar. So if you guys want to go check it out, it costs you nothing. Just watch it, click play, and then go about your day. But if you're a business owner or you're an entrepreneur and you're struggling financially, grants are the way to go. So anyways, guys, I hope this brought you guys value. Thank you guys for following. And if you guys follow me on YouTube, please go to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. Okay. Because when I get subscribers, YouTube actually rewards me. So you don't got to pay me a dime. I mean, YouTube is taking care of me just by you guys just sitting there watching. And then if you guys do that, I appreciate it. Anyways, click the link in the description. Go get your grant. I'll see you guys next time.